Taking control of your money allows you to live life on your terms, but even if you're not exactly where you want to be yet, you can still have a good financial life now. So today we're looking at a few simple things to help you live your best financial life now. But before getting into my list, if you are new here, welcome. I create videos on personal finance. So if you like videos like this and you want to see more, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. And also comment below and let us know some things that you have done to take control of your money. The first tip is to stop letting money control your happiness. Now, money, it is a protection, so there's nothing wrong with wanting to increase your income, especially if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, or you're trying to create a bigger cushion for yourself, or maybe you just want to have more options and enjoy more experiences. But it's so important that we keep money in its proper place, because if we don't, there is the risk of it consuming our every thought to the point where we might start to feel unhappy, envious of other people, and it can even cause us to make some unwise choices. Yes, money can help you live the life that you want, and yes, it can solve a lot of problems, but it isn't and it never will be the solution to all of your problems. And if you think that it is, you'll always chase it, thinking that you'll be happy once you get to the next income level. So change your mindset and really make an effort to appreciate what you're able to do now with what you have, and view money as a tool and not a source of happiness. So the second tip is to know your values, and this is something that I feel a lot of people forget to do, but it's so important to identify your values because they can really influence your spending and guide your financial choices. And once you know what's important to you, you can then align your spending accordingly. But if you haven't given much thought to this, the best thing you can do is really do a self-examination and ask yourself some important questions. You can think about the factors that contribute to your happiness, the things that are most important to you, and these can include many things. It can be family, it can be taking care of your mind and body, it can be hobbies, it can be traveling. And this is crucial because knowing what's most important to you helps you decide where to put your resources. The third tip is to own your financial choices. When it comes to managing money, there can be a lot of judgment, and this judgment can come from so many different places. It can come from family, from friends, from co-workers. Now, granted, some people aren't the best money managers, so when it comes to managing their finances, they probably do need some advice. But if you're good with money and you understand personal finance, you do not have to manage your money exactly the way another person manages theirs. If a certain method worked for one person, this person might start to think that their way of managing money is the right way, and if you're not doing it this way, you're doing it wrong, and that's not always the case. The reality is, two people can make two completely opposite decisions when it comes to their money, yet they're both still able to get ahead and hit their goals. I think it's great to get advice and tips from others, but at the end of the day, you are really free to make your own choices and do what you feel is best for your finances. For example, there are some people who will never buy a brand new car. They would rather save up, pay cash for something used, that way they don't have to have a car payment, and that's perfectly fine. But on the other hand, you might not have an issue buying a brand new car, maybe because you keep your vehicles until the wheels fall off, or maybe you can't find what you're looking for used. The point is, some people will always have an opinion about how others manage their money, but you really don't owe anyone an explanation, especially if your choices are not complicating your finances. Another thing you can do is have a few spending rules. Having a phrase or a couple of sayings related to personal finance that you repeat to yourself is an excellent way to stay on track and hit your goals. And this is basically your personal rule of thumb when it comes to money, or maybe a positive thought to keep you encouraged, because financial journeys are not always easy, and many people experience setbacks at one point or another. But filling your mind with positive thoughts can really keep you encouraged and focused. And you can have as many phrases as you want. And just to give you an idea of something you can do, if you have a problem with shopping, before you buy anything, you can ask yourself a question: will making this purchase get me further or closer to my goals? Or you can be very specific with it and you can ask yourself, is buying this outfit more important than saving for my dream vacation? And there's other things that you can say to build yourself up. For example, tell yourself, I deserve to be debt-free, or I have the power to change my situation. And this works because you're constantly changing negative thoughts into positive ones, and when you feel good about yourself, you'll then believe that change is possible. Another tip is to be grateful for where you are today. A lot of people will sit back and think about where they want to be in the future, but I think it's also important that you sit down for a moment and you also reflect on how far you've come thus far. Progress occurs little by little, and sometimes it can happen so gradually that we don't even even perceive our own growth until somebody else brings it to our attention. When it comes to a financial journey, I think a lot of people focus on the end goal and they don't feel successful until they get to that point. But even if you're only a quarter way or maybe halfway to reaching your financial goals, that's still success, because the sad reality is that a lot of people never even get to that point. So it's so important to really sit back and reflect on where you are today financially, and then compare that with where you were a year ago or maybe even a few months ago, because that can really help you appreciate how far you've come. It's also important that you let go of money regrets. Guilt from past money mistakes holds a lot of people back, and sometimes it also prevents them from moving forward. Some people are so guilty that they feel that they can't do any better or that they don't deserve anything better. But these self-limiting thoughts can really keep you stuck, and they can also prevent you from living your best financial life, not only now, but also in the future. Most people make financial mistakes, especially during their early adult years, and a lot of these mistakes are huge, and some of them can take years to overcome. The reality is you can't change the past, and being too hard on yourself doesn't really do any good either. The only thing you really can do in this situation is accept what happened, learn from your mistakes, and do better next time. Now, obviously, forgiving yourself does not magically reverse the situation, but it can change your mindset by putting you in a more positive place, which can then help you feel more confident about your money. So there you have it. That's my list of different things that you can do to live your best financial life now. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, do consider subscribing. Here we talk a lot about personal finance, different ways that you can fix your wallet and get to a good place financially. So if you like videos like this, I do post every weekend and sometimes during the week. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in a few days.